Here, nestled in the heart of the Balkan Peninsula, lies a land of remarkable beauty. It is a small country, surrounded by its neighbors. To the north, Serbia and Kosovo. To the west, Albania. Greece lies to the south and Bulgaria to the east. Macedonia is a nation defined by its geography. It is landlocked, without a coast to call its own. Yet nature has provided a magnificent substitute. A great sea of fresh water, a jewel of the Balkans. This is Lake Ohrid, one of the oldest and deepest lakes in all of Europe. It provides a sense of the vast ocean, its waters stretching to the horizon. The landscape is a tapestry of rugged mountains and gentle valleys. Great peaks rise into the sky, their slopes covered in ancient forests. These mountains have long protected the people and their unique way of life. They have also shaped the climate. The summers are warm and dry, filled with the hum of insects. The winters are cold, blanketing the high ground in a thick layer of snow. This is a land of contrasts, of high drama and quiet peace. The rivers that flow from these mountains bring life to the fertile plains below, where crops have been grown for countless generations. This small nation holds a surprising diversity of life. Its forests and mountains are home to creatures rarely seen elsewhere in Europe. The lynx, a secretive cat, stalks its prey in the dense undergrowth. Bears roam the remote hillsides, and eagles soar on the thermal currents high above. The waters of Lake Ohrid are a world unto themselves. They contain species of fish and snail found nowhere else on Earth. Each creature is a living testament to the lake's ancient past. It is a natural laboratory, a place of constant, quiet evolution. The relationship between the land and its people is deep and enduring. For centuries, they have lived in harmony with the natural world. They have farmed its soils, fished its waters, and grazed their flocks on its hills. The land has provided for them, and in return, they have become its custodians. The rhythm of life here is still governed by the changing seasons. The planting of crops in spring, the harvest in autumn. It is a timeless cycle, a connection to the earth that is felt in the very soul of the country. The capital city, Skopje, is the vibrant heart of this nation. It is a city of stories, a place where the past and present live, side by side. Through its center flows the Vardar River. This is not just a body of water. It is a great divide. It splits the city into two distinct halves, each with its own character, its own spirit. To stand on one of the many bridges that cross the Vardar is to stand between two worlds. On one side, the echoes of a European metropolis. On the other, the whispers of an Eastern bazaar. On the southern bank of the river, one finds a city reaching for the future. Broad squares open up to the sky, paved with smooth, pale stone. Grand buildings, inspired by classical designs, line the waterfront. Their white facades and tall columns speak of ambition and of a connection to a wider European identity. Here, the streets are wide and orderly. The sounds are of modern life, the gentle hum of traffic, the chatter of people in cafes, the distant ring of a tram. It feels like a city reinventing itself, creating a new story for a new age. Cross the river and you step into another time. This is the old bazaar, the Charshija. Here, the streets become narrow and winding, paved with cobblestones worn smooth by centuries of footsteps. The architecture changes dramatically. Low-slung buildings with tiled roofs huddle together. The air is thick with the scent of spices, grilled meats, and strong coffee. The sounds are different too. The melodic call to prayer echoes from the minarets of ancient mosques. The clinking of tiny tea glasses accompanies the murmur of conversation in a dozen languages. This division is more than just stone and mortar. It is a cultural divide. On one side, you see people dressed in the latest European fashions, their conversations animated and loud. On the other, life moves at a slower pace. The communities here have preserved traditions that have been passed down through generations. The languages you hear are different. The food served in the small, family-run restaurants is different. It is a living mosaic, a city of two halves that together create a fascinating and complex whole. The influence of the Ottoman Empire is etched into the very fabric of the old bazaar. It is a sensory experience. The architecture speaks of a different world, a different aesthetic. Mosques with their slender minarets pierce the skyline, their domes gleaming in the sunlight. You see traditional Turkish baths, or hammams, their domed roofs a common sight. The shops are small, tucked into the ground floors of historic buildings. Craftsmen still work in tiny workshops, hammering copper or fashioning intricate jewelry, their skills passed from father to son. It feels as if time has slowed down. On the other side of the Vardar, the atmosphere is unmistakably European. The buildings are monumental, designed to impress. They borrow from classical Greek and Roman styles, with grand porticos, ornate sculptures, and stately columns. This is a vision of order and permanence. The public spaces are designed for gathering, for celebration. It reflects a different history, a different set of aspirations. This part of the city looks westward, drawing its inspiration from the great capitals of Europe. It is a statement of identity, a declaration of belonging. This cultural duality shapes the daily lives of the people. In the old bazaar, the community is close-knit. Families have lived here for generations. The rhythm of life is often tied to religious observance and ancient customs. Across the river, life feels more modern, more individualistic. The people are connected to global trends through fashion, music, and technology. Yet even here, the pull of tradition is strong. Family remains the cornerstone of society, and a deep respect for elders is evident everywhere. These two worlds are not in conflict. They coexist, influencing and enriching one another. The food is a wonderful expression of this cultural fusion. In the small restaurants of the bazaar, you can taste the flavors of the East. Dishes rich with spices, slow-cooked meats, and sweet, sticky pastries. The air is filled with the smell of grilling kebabs and baking bread. Just a short walk away, across the river, the culinary scene changes. Here you find cafes serving Italian-style coffee and croissants. Restaurants offer menus with a more Mediterranean or continental flair. It is possible to travel from Istanbul to Vienna in a single meal, simply by crossing a bridge. One cannot walk through Skopje without noticing the statues. They are everywhere. They stand in the squares, on the bridges, and on the rooftops of the grand new buildings. There are hundreds of them. They depict historical figures, national heroes, and anonymous citizens. Great warriors on horseback rear up, their bronze cloaks flowing. Scholars and poets stand in thoughtful poses, books in hand. Mothers and children are captured in tender moments. It is an extraordinary sight, a forest of silent, watchful figures populating the city center. These statues have a powerful effect on the visitor. At first, it is overwhelming. Their sheer number is hard to comprehend. They seem to have sprung up overnight, a sudden population of bronze and marble people. They command your attention, drawing your eye from the river to the buildings, from the sky to the ground. Each one tells a story, or at least invites you to imagine one. They are not merely decorations. They are a bold and deliberate statement. They are an attempt to write a national story in the very landscape of the capital. The scale of these figures is often immense. Some are colossal, towering over the people who walk below. They are designed to inspire a sense of awe and pride. They connect the present-day nation to a long and glorious past. They represent figures from different eras, linking ancient kings with modern revolutionaries. It is a visual timeline of the nation's history, made tangible and unavoidable. You are forced to confront this history, to walk among its heroes, and to feel the weight of their legacy. Yet there is also a quiet intimacy to some of these statues. Away from the grand central squares, you might find a simple sculpture of a street musician or a pair of lovers on a bench. These smaller works capture the everyday life of the city. They celebrate the ordinary people who are the true lifeblood of the nation. They serve as a reminder that history is not just made by kings and generals, but by the countless, nameless individuals who live, work, and dream in the shadow of the great monuments. There is a surprising and pleasant orderliness to Skopje. The streets, especially in the newer part of the city, are remarkably clean. Throughout the day, teams of workers can be seen sweeping the pavements and collecting litter. There's a sense of civic pride in the appearance of the city. The large public squares are well maintained, their surfaces free of debris. This cleanliness contributes to a feeling of safety and calm. It makes walking through the city a pleasure, allowing one to focus on the architecture and the people, rather than on avoiding obstacles. The buildings themselves show great attention to detail. Even the newer structures, built in a classical style, are adorned with intricate carvings and decorative elements. Balconies have ornate iron railings. The facades are decorated with patterns and motifs that catch the light in interesting ways. This is not the stark, functional architecture of many modern cities. There is a desire here for beauty, for embellishment. It suggests a belief that a city should not just be a place to live and work, but a place that elevates the human spirit. As day turns to night, the city takes on a different character. The streets are well lit, but the light is often soft and warm. Ornate street lamps cast a gentle glow on the cobblestones and pavements. The grand buildings are illuminated from below, their columns and statues thrown into dramatic relief. However, it is not the harsh, bright light of a major global metropolis. It is a more subdued illumination, creating an atmosphere that is both safe and slightly mysterious. It is a city that feels comfortable in the darkness, a place for quiet evening strolls. This combination of cleanliness, architectural detail, and gentle lighting creates a unique and memorable ambience. It is a city that feels both grand and intimate. It is a place that invites you to slow down, to look closely, and to appreciate the small details. There is a quietness to the evenings, a peacefulness that is rare in a capital city. The sounds of the day fade away, replaced by the murmur of conversation from riverside cafes and the gentle lapping of the Vardar against its stone banks. It is a city at peace with itself. The city moves to a steady, unhurried rhythm. The primary means of public transport are the buses, and they are a distinctive feature of the urban landscape. Many of them are bright red double-decker buses. They look as if they have been transported directly from the streets of London. Seeing them navigate the wide boulevards of Skopje with its grand, classically inspired buildings is a curious and charming sight. They provide a vital service, connecting the different parts of the city and allowing people to move about their day with ease and efficiency. While the buses are the backbone of the public transport system, many people choose to travel on foot. The city center is compact and eminently walkable. The riverside promenades and pedestrian bridges make it easy and enjoyable to move between the two halves of the city. Walking is the best way to discover Skopje's hidden corners, the small alleyways of the old bazaar, the quiet parks tucked away behind the main streets. It is by walking that you truly feel the pulse of the city and observe the daily lives of its inhabitants. For longer journeys, or for those seeking to escape the city, the car is still king. The roads are generally well maintained, and they radiate out from the capital, connecting it to the rest of the country. Outside of the city, the traffic thins, and the journey becomes a pleasure. The roads wind through stunning mountain scenery and past picturesque villages. Driving here is not just about getting from one place to another. It is an opportunity to witness the breathtaking natural beauty of the Macedonian landscape, a panorama of green valleys and rugged peaks unfolding before you. There is a sense of order to the way people move. Drivers are generally patient and courteous. Pedestrians wait for the signal to cross the street. There is none of the frantic, chaotic energy that defines many other capital cities. The pace of movement reflects the overall pace of life here, calm, deliberate, and civil. Whether on a bus, in a car, or on foot, people seem to move with a sense of purpose, but without undue haste. It is the rhythm of a community that is confident in its own time. The true heart of Macedonia is its people. They are a youthful, stylish, and remarkably warm community. Walking through Skopje, one is struck by the youthfulness of the population. Young people are everywhere, studying in the parks, chatting on street corners, and filling the city's countless cafes. They dress with a sense of style and care, a blend of European fashion and individual flair. There is an energy and optimism about them, a sense that they are the future of this ancient land. The cafe culture is central to social life here. The cafes are more than just places to drink coffee. They are the living rooms of the city. They are where friends meet, where business is conducted, and where families gather. From early in the morning until late at night, the outdoor terraces are full of people, sipping on espresso or macchiato, engaged in long and animated conversations. It is a slow, relaxed ritual. No one is in a hurry. The simple act of sharing a coffee is a way of strengthening social bonds and building community. Despite the challenges the country faces, the people maintain a remarkable sense of warmth and civility. Strangers are greeted with genuine curiosity and kindness. A lost visitor will quickly find themselves surrounded by people eager to help. There is a gentleness in their interactions, a politeness that is deeply ingrained. This generosity of spirit is perhaps the nation's greatest treasure. It is a testament to the resilience and strength of a people who have weathered centuries of change but have never lost their fundamental humanity. Yet, beneath the surface of this vibrant daily life, there are concerns for the future. Many of the bright, talented young people you see in the cafes dream of a life abroad. They leave in search of better economic opportunities, a process that drains the country of its most valuable resource. The nation faces the difficult task of creating a future that is compelling enough to make its children want to stay. It is a quiet struggle, but a vital one. The soul of this beautiful hidden gem of the Balkans depends on its outcome.